Alright, so this is going to be a video showing my setup for that ring right there. Right after you come out of Jinxie. It's not the fastest setup, but I do think it's a really easy setup that everyone can use. So, before I show my setup, I want to talk a bit about the camera. Just a small camera detail. So, if you look at the screen right now, I'm going to press C 3 times. 1, 2, 3. The camera's like that, right? So now, if I press C 3 times fast, the camera's like that. It's a different result. That's something that you should know in general and for the setup, because that's something that I like to use. If you press C at a different speed, then you'll get a different result. So that's something that's good to know if you want to sort of improve your camera consistency. And generally, pressing C 3 times fast generally turns it roughly 90 degrees. So yeah, I like to use that for my setup. Now I can start showing it. So, right away, I like to walk out a bit. Walk out up till here, just hold straight down up till here. Then I like to zoom out. Then press C 3 times fast. 1, 2, 3. Right C. Then jump onto the paw. You want to make sure to jump onto the paw before you zoom in. Because right here you want to zoom in. Zooming in is a beginner strat, but I'll explain a bit more later. You just want to make sure to zoom in after you're on the paw. If you zoom in down here, then the camera can flip and it'll be messy. Zoom in down here. Now you want to draw an imaginary line between these two notes, or just an imaginary line between the two corners, and walk in that direction. Usually it's just straight down. So you can go here, then you'll be on the ring, just like that. And then you'll just continue on. So I want to talk a bit more about this, just a little more detail. So walk out, do 3. So one thing, that note will be there depending on the Gobi's route you do. If you're doing a beginner's route, it likely won't be there. But now, I told you the zooming in is a beginner's route, right? So once you're comfortable with that, zooming in, I would recommend using a medium zoom. Using a medium zoom is slightly faster, because you can only enter the ring once it's fully spawned. And once it's fully spawned, and it'll spawn earlier when the camera is medium zoomed. So if you do it like this, you just have to do a small jump onto it, and you'll save a bit of time there. And of course, if you do it with zoomed out, that's the fastest you can do it. That's the fastest way. 1, 2, 3, jump here, then just go the zoomed out. It's a slightly more precise jump, but it does save time. Alright, so that's it for that ring. I want to show this ring a bit. So for this ring, it can be a good setup. It can be a good ring to get sometimes, depending on the route you do. And in general, I think it's just good to know. I'm going to kill this guy first, because he can get in the way sometimes. That's one of the problems with this ring. He can get into the way sometimes. So the setup for this ring is walk in a straight line here. Line up this line that connects the sand with the flat ground. Make it straight. And come here. Now I want to point out something. So what we're gonna do is a slope jump for that ring. We're gonna jump here, then jump there and peck. So I want to make you notice something. So if you look at the HUD info on the top left of the screen, there's something called ST. That's the slope timer, and this is a slope jump. So one thing you should know is that this sand right here, it activates the slope timer. So you want to make sure to jump not from here, because otherwise you won't be able to make the jump. You want to make sure to jump from here to here. Not like this, because that can be rough sometimes. You want to jump from here to here, then you make the jump. Alright, so now I'll just show it once, then we'll be finished. Oops. Okay, I also forgot to mention one thing. You want to jump towards the nose, mostly. You don't want to jump towards, like, the ears. You want to jump towards the nose. The nose has an easier hitbox to get, plus it's closer to your next destination. Just like that. Then jump in and out, and you go to your next destination. And yeah, that's about it. I hope this helps, and good luck.